What is everybody? Welcome to today's stream. Today we're going to be covering some King Jeffrey CWL Elite or CWL Esports action. There we go. I believe, hold on, let me do a couple of adjustments to some settings here just to make sure that I'm not blowing your eardrums out with my microphone. Just want to make sure everything's going smooth. We are live on both platforms. That is beautiful. You'll love to see that. Everything is operational. Let me go ahead and get something plugged in here. Okay, and just to let you guys know, Battle Day has just officially started. However, we will not see an attack for about another 20 minutes or so, just to allow both clans to plan for a little bit. I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about how this format works as we get into this war here. But let's go ahead and jump straight over to the screen. There we go. Wrong button. There we go. All right. Getting into this one here, both clans will have 20 minutes to plan their first hits. I believe King Jeffrey will be attacking second. So we'll see Jay off shoot out first. Hey, Silas. What's up, Silas? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. DFG Mars is your father. Really? Wow, what a legend. Up here playing some Clash. Big win. What's up, Fire? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right, let me go ahead and make sure that everything's operational. It's been a hot minute since I've actually popped on a stream. It's been over a week now, and that's largely due to my fault. There just hasn't been much I've jumped on in terms of the streaming game because I'm not really a big fan of doing the farming streams anymore. I don't know why. They're stale to me now. I don't like them as much. I much prefer just sitting back and watching people play. I'd rather do that. You're talking to Tristan? That's awesome. I'll pop over to your clan after the stream, and I'll get you guys some clan castle troops for your war attacks. What's up, Sleepy Centaur? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. First stream you've been able to catch? Well, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Alrighty, but again, we're going to have about 20 minutes of planning before we actually see a live hit, and we will see alternating attacks in this war, which means that we're going to get to watch every single one of these hits going live, which is fantastic. So for those of you who are new to the CWL esports scene, basically the way these wars work is there's a 15-minute preparation time and then a 1 hour long battle day time. And so 20 minutes into the battle day, both clans will plan out which bases they want to hit and how they'll hit those bases. So it gives them a little bit of time to prepare for that. And then once the war hits the 40-minute mark, we're going to see the away team attack first, and right after that attacker, we're then going to see the home team attacker. We're going to see that throughout the rest of the war all the way down into the final minutes. So today we've got two big names up here. We got King Jeffrey and Jay off. Oh boy, I'm looking forward to this war, in all honesty. It's going to be a tough one for King Jeffrey nonetheless. Again, Jay off, the favorites to win this one by far. Mainly just because it's J-Off. They're some of the best clashers in the world. Okay, let me make sure I've got that going. We've also got some awesome background music. What's up, Fire? Good to see you. You've missed the streams? Well, we're back. We're good to go. We're firing it off. Going strong. Let's hope that King Jeffrey can pull themselves a win here. Again, I try and be non-biased when I do these streams, but it's kind of difficult whenever I stream my clan. For those of you who don't know, I primarily play inside of King Jeffrey, so I'll be rooting for them throughout this war. But the way I try and commentate all of my attacks is I'm on the side of the attacker, so I'm being optimistic for the attacker. At least I need to try and do that. Be a little bit less biased, even though my bias is very clearly shown. We'll see. You love my streams? Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. I try and make them as entertaining as possible. Especially when you're covering the top level war, some of the best clans in the world. It's definitely a bunch of fun. Fire flashing those unicorns out there. You're speaking fast. Yeah, I talk a little fast, just a little bit. I do apologize for any non-English speakers out there who may be watching the stream, because a lot of the time I'm speaking too quickly to understand. What's up, Webabala? How you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right, but again, we got another 15 minutes or so before we see any live hits. So I want to look at the projections for this war. What has the community voted for this war here? I'm going to go ahead and pull it up and see if I can get those stats for you guys. And I'll see if I can pull up some war match stats as well. Did anyone vote King Jeffrey? I voted King Jeffrey. All right, come on. You got to be optimistic, right? Okay, let's see if I can find their their pick'ems for this war. I have it pulled up on my other screen here. Okay, yeah, we have a 25% community approval. So yeah, get out of here, Fluxy. That was silly. I guess you aren't trying to win pick'em. Hey man, let me tell you what. I haven't done pick'ems in like, I didn't do pick'ems for week 3 or week 4, mainly just because I kind of forgot. So, so there's no winning for me. You're so close to affiliate on Twitch. You're so excited. Nice. Clash of Clans Esports, of course, sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Well, you can't see it because it's backwards because of the webcam, but yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Dr. Pepper is not our sponsor. Our sponsor, though, is Vision Inside over at the bottom left corner. If you got a minute, go ahead and pop on their website. I don't believe it's an English website. I think it's German. But you can go ahead and check them out. The more clicks they get, the more likely they are to, well, they're going to look at where the clicks are coming from. So if they look and see that, oh, they're coming from a random Google search or, you know, someone clicking from it on stream, you know, things like that, they're going to look at that and go, hold on a minute, maybe sponsoring these leagues is a good idea, and we might see some more sponsorships in the future. What's up, 21R12? How you doing? Good to see you. You missed 2 weeks of pick'ems as well. Yeah, I'm at this point. I'm just like, whatever. How do you click it from stream? You can't. You can't. I'm not gonna make a command either. Don't worry about it. I really, you know, honestly, I really should. Hold on, I really should. Yeah, let me do that. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, let me get this loaded up. Because now that you bring that up, I mean, it's pretty important. I mean, the only time I would ever use it is if I'm streaming these wars. King Jeffrey is going to win, of course. It's going to be close. It is going to be close. It's going to be a good war, nonetheless. Let me see. We've got some big names over in King Jeffrey. You can see the lineup on the screen, but I'll go ahead and keep the other dudes over here. There we go. Okay, thank you, Fluxy, for the... I personally don't think it will be close. I think so. I think King Jeffrey will come out and surprise you guys. Okay, so now we have it here. Now if I go over here... You prefer the Microsoft team meetings lately over Zoom? I don't know why everyone jumped onto using Zoom. In my personal opinion, I've never trusted Zoom. I have no idea where the company came from or who supports them or whatnot or where they're funded. So I have no idea. Whereas Rated R, he said he would be watching. Hey, you might be watching. You never know. Some people, and this is what I've seen largely due to the... this is just a large part of my audience, is some people like to lurk. And what I mean by lurk is they just don't like to chat a whole lot. What they would rather do is just sit back, enjoy the stream, enjoy the hits. Not because you'll be able to tag them if they're lurking. True. Ah. King Jeffrey can sometimes pull some miraculous hits. Yeah, exactly, Sleepy. You never know, man. You never know. I mean, don't get me wrong. King Jeffrey's performance in CWL Esports and Elite has not been good at all. Like, I will be the first to say that. I mean, our war against Blood and Soul was probably one of the worst wars that we've had in well over a year. I mean, it was awful. We really did not come through and get that one done. And so it would make sense if the community is no longer willing to support us and whatnot. But at the same time, you can't forget that King Jeffrey have got some pretty powerhouse hitters over here. We got Zed, Mendicus, Lemon Thief, Vicious, and Sir Smoke-A-Lot. We got Toby in here. Who did King Jeffrey have next? Isn't it someone really tough? Yeah, exactly. See, because J-Off's not tough. J-Off can get... Let's see. J-Off can get off because they're going to lose. Oh, no. Like J-Off or Easy. Yeah. Oh, who do we have next in Elite? We have INTZ. We're going up against INTZ this weekend. And if I had to be brutally honest, I am not looking forward to it, but at the same time, I'm like, let's do it. Bring it. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. So it's going to be a good war. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, we're gonna have to bring our A game for that one. And again, how crazy would it be if King Jeffrey would have win that war? Like, that's what I'm saying. INCZ aren't undefeated, so you never know. Yeah, that's the thing. You never know with some of these wars, man. It's it really does come down to just I don't know. It's hard. It's like shouldn't you be planning? Yeah, he's playing. The man can do both. He can watch a stream and plan at the same time. But man, you guys have been given a huge mountain to. Yeah. Are you in it? No, I'm not in this war. I'm not a part of the King Jeffrey lineup for CWL Esports. I'm in the Elite lineup, which is the entire clan. If you fail, then we know why. Hey, man, you should see Vicious performance on the Mobile Open. King Jeffrey do have a Mobile Open team, and we've been doing a couple of wars there. I believe we're 1-2. Our 2 losses were to... the first one was to Tribe Gaming. It was another tribe. Tribe Gaming's other team. And then we lost to Coastal Clash in our second war. The second war was pretty close. But, yeah. It was all right. I mean, we've seen some... See, that's the thing. King Jeffrey are nowhere near, like, not capable of pulling in wins. Who is that team? To be honest with you, I have no idea. You've been doing WCL wars, and I see why you do it. Yeah, it's tons of fun, man. It's tons of fun. But, yeah, I highly recommend you get involved with the WCL. I haven't been able to do a whole lot personally, just because I don't have a huge relation with the clans. Alongside, I'm trying to stream my clans and stuff like that, and pay more attention to the CWL esports and CWL scene. Oh, okay. Who's the KKS team? I don't know if that's to me or... Oh, no, I see what you're saying. Okay, you guys are having a conversation. All right. But no, we should see some pretty good hits from both sides. Again, you can't discount King Jeffrey just yet. Even though they haven't had the greatest performance in CWL, we've still been pretty good. We have some very, very capable attackers. TGG, can I join King Jeffrey? I'm a Town Hall 4. Sadly, King Jeffrey are only looking for maxed out Town Hall 13s. Well, maybe not maxed out Town Hall 13s, but near max Town Hall 13s. And the lowest Town Hall level for our recruitment would be Town Hall 11, and that would be at LP4. But I think LP4 are actually not looking for, not looking for any 11s at the moment. You came back from retirement a few weeks ago. I never understood that, Fluxy. What does it mean when a player just retires? Does that mean that he leaves his professional clan and just takes a break? Because I feel like that's not retiring. I may be added to the LF roster. You don't know if you should be doing esports? There you go. Corona brought you back. Andy, hey JGG, do you know how Reese looks like? I do. What's up, King C? Good to see you. You had exams, so you deleted Clash completely, then Corona closed college and canceled the exams. Yeah. There you go, Flexi. Fair enough. Believe me, there is a way to balance both. You can 100% balance both Clash and school. It's possible. Is it difficult? Absolutely. Because it really does come down to do what you can do and set your priorities and have a structure. The better of a structure you have, the more time you'll be able to allocate for other things and, you know, do well and things like that. But I respect it, man. I respect it. I get it. You know, can I join in 200 years? If Clash of Clans is still around in 200 years, absolutely. All right, we're at the 46-minute mark now, which means that we're going to see live hits in about another 5 minutes time. And again, I believe King Jeffrey is going first, if I am not mistaken. And now we do have a command, a fancy command. Huge shout out to the sponsor for the CWL Esports, Vision Insight. You can see their logo down at the bottom of the screen. If you want to take a look at their website, you can see that as well. Again, the more clicks that they get, especially when they see that they're coming from Twitch, the more likely they are to sponsor this league again, or even sponsor other leagues that are covering Clash of Clans. So please, if you got a second, feel free to click on that link. Just give them a click. You can pop straight off of it. How come no one is attacking yet? Andy, this is the 5v5 esports format for CWL. So the way these wars work is each clan has five players, all Town Hall 13, 1 attack per player. The war begins with a 15-minute preparation time to set bases, to set CCs, all that good stuff, and then you get straight into Battle Day. Now, Battle Day lasts for about an hour. However, we don't see the attacks going in until 40 minutes. That gives both clans time to plan for their first hit. And then once the 40-minute mark hits, we're going to see one clan attack, and then right after that attack, we're going to see the opposing clan do their attack, and it's going to flip-flop through all 10 attacks until we have the winner. So this is just a way for us to watch every single one of the attacks, as well as have an alternating attack format. So again, we can see all of the action. You'll be right back. You're going to go on attack on Clash with me. Good luck, man. Hope it goes well. Let's see. Depends what standard you play at, how many clans you're in, if you build, etc. Yeah, of course, of course. If you're playing at the top level and, you know, you're playing in the competitive scene, it's very, very difficult. Just before the war starts, does anyone have an idea on the score, what they think the score will be? Looks fun. Yeah, it's a bunch of fun, Andy. It's tough, but it's a bunch of fun. What's up, Nitro? How you doing? Good to see you. Your queen's going to be max Town Hall 10 soon. Nice. Fluxy calling 10 to 13, and I'm guessing he's going for J-Off there. J-Off running rough bases, can tell you that I'm looking at right now. Yeah, they're J-Off have got some insane base builders over there. Huge shout out to whoever's running the J-Off Twitter for the like. Much appreciated. What's up, Wuxia? How you doing? OP admin in the chat. Wuxia, another one of the King Jeffrey leaders. 11 to 3 King Jeffrey. I'm thinking it's going to be... Oh, we have some bits going in. Hold on one second. Is that Brad Bob? Thank you so much for the bits. And we had Nitro with the bits as well. Thank you so much. Number 1 is running the Twitter. Oh, really? Muffin. Thank you so much. But King Jeffrey going for a 12 to 11 win. Ooh. Ooh. I'm for King Jeffrey, but this is a tough battle. 13-10 J-Off. I think we're going to see, if I had to be realistic, we'll probably see... Now, this is what I want to happen. I want it to be 12 to 11 King Jeffrey. But what I think is going to happen is 12 to 11 J-Off. Wow. Silas out here predicting a 10-9 to King Jeffrey. He wants a 1-star from J-Off. Oh boy. Either a 1-star or a disconnect. That's an OP prediction right there. Bunch more people flashing out that King Jeffrey emote. Again, if you guys are a tier 1 sub to the channel, you'll have access to that King Jeffrey emote. I'm working towards getting an LP4 one very soon. I'm working with someone who is currently designing a few things. I got to shoot him a DM, and I think I know you know exactly who I'm talking about. But yeah, I want to try and put a LP4 emote on the tier 2 spot, or if we get enough subs, put it on the tier 1 spot so we've got both. I think a 1-star could happen. Is Rated R your designer? Absolutely. He designed the King Jeffrey logo, and honestly, it's amazing. It is beautiful. Let them burn. No sympathy for J-Off here. Are you in his server? I'm not in his personal server. No, I'm just in his he's just in King Jeffrey, and I talk with him through DMs. But that's about it. I don't know if I can flash up something before the war starts. I don't know if this is possible. Is it a media source? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Let me see if I can pull up something really quick before the war starts. We've got about 2 minutes left to go before we see a live hit going. They could go early, but I'm banking that they're going to wait. I hope they wait for me. Oh, there we go. So that's the King Jeffrey intro now. It's a bit OP, not gonna lie. Rated has done some OP stuff with his graphics, and I'm a huge fan of it. I've been using it in some of the recap videos that we've had. It's been incredible working with him. He's done some awesome stuff for the clan. Let's see. And there he is in the chat. What's up, Rated? How you doing? Everyone join Pixel Planet. Pixel Planet. I've not heard of that. You saw LP4 one? That's even better. I have not seen it. Can you send me the LP4 one, please? Please. I've seen the one on their server icon, but if I could get like the GIF and the and like the same stuff that I got for the King Jeffrey one, I was actually gonna DM you about this after the stream. But like the transparent, just the Phoenix, and then the Phoenix with the text, and then the LP4 one is on Pixel Planet. Oh, okay. Okay. I see. Okay, well I'm not a part of that server. I'll need an invite. Yeah, you can send, that would be fantastic. Because again, I plan on doing a lot of media coverage for LP4, Proc, and King Jeffrey. Those are the 3 clans that I know I'm going to be primarily working with going forward, just because again I play in them and they're a part of my family. They're a part of the family that I'm in. So those are the clans that I want to cover the most of. So having as much media and as much logos and artworks and intros and all that stuff would be fantastic. Brap Bop flexing that King Jeffrey. That's Rated R's graphic server. Okay. Sweet. There we go. Now I'm in it. Now we're good to go. Beautiful. What's up, Mara Jade? How you doing? Good to see you. I did see a bit earlier in the stream, but I noticed you flexed the lurk emote, so I kept quiet. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. 15-0 to King Jeffrey, of course. Wow, wow. Oh my. TGG looking for a clean sweep. Not only that, but he's predicting J-Off won't even attack. I like it. I like it. All right, 39 minutes left to go in this war. We should see a live hit very soon from the King Jeffrey side, I believe, if I'm correct. I'm not entirely sure, though. All right. But again, J-Off playing out of their feeder clan, because I believe their main clan is being used for, what is their main clan being used? It might be for a separate war. Sleepy cheer for King Jeffrey, flexing some of those Susie emotes. Again, Susie, another fantastic streamer doing some CWL esports, EWU, all kinds of Clash of Clans action. Would highly recommend you go drop her a follow. Other results in this group already out in this open. Let me actually double check for you. I can see which ones are out. Why did King Jeffrey choose the unicorn logo? Does it have any meaning? Well, as far as I know, King Jeffrey always used to be the firecorn, which was the unicorn, but just completely set on fire. And we kind of went over to the to just the unicorn for the graphic by Rated. Although, I'm trying to think. I don't know if any of the King Jeffrey guys are in the chat and they have a better answer, because I haven't been around King Jeffrey long enough to really know where that came from. All right, let me see if I can talk about some results for week 4. We had Nova winning against Indian Warrior 12-10. We had Town Hall Legend losing to some Chinese clan, I'm not sure. World Top Korea was able to pick up the win against Blaze JP. Vitang winning against a Team Pro on percentage. Really, really close stuff there. We had Reparty, I didn't even know how to pronounce her name, but they beat FBGS 14-10. Oh my goodness, that's a war. You love Clash is so fun, but you don't like Builder Base that much. Yeah, Builder Base it's okay, but it definitely gets a little stale after a while. However, in the latest update, now the Builder Base has no training time for troops, so you can attack as many times as you want over there. So if you're bored waiting for your troops to train or whatever, you can just go pop on the Builder Base and play some stuff there. It's fun. Plus, it's how you get your 6th builder. Once you get up to Builder Hall level 9, you can transfer the Master Builder over to the main base and then use this little robot called Auto to do your upgrades in the Builder Base. All right, we had Cosmos picking up the win against DADT. We had another tribe beating WHF Rising 11-10. Those are the ones that we have right now. We have Greek Attack winning against Second Academy 12-11. We had M&G Esports winning over Troll Tesla at 3, 12-10. I like that name. We had Croatian Army Esports beating Tortilla Tavantan. I think that's how you say it. Or Tortilla Tavantan. I don't know how to say their name. They won 10-10 on percentage. Yeah, let's freaking hit. I believe it's. I think it's J-Off first, or it might be King Jeffrey. I'm not sure. Your logo has always been the cat riding the unicorn. Cat named after Mendicus called Jeffrey. Yeah, cat named after a cat Mendicus called Jeffrey. Neighborhood cat. That's what I remember. And then Wooks is a big unicorn lover. Yep, that's fair. Fully fair. We had Rather Be Building beating Eloff 11-10. We had Orgs GP beating the Northwatch 11-10 as well. Unfair Warfare picking up the win 13-9 against Orgs GP. My goodness, big win there. So both King Jeffrey and DU Clashers going into this one. Not sure their record, but here we go. J-Off's going in. See what they can do. We're going to be looking at it. Oh, here's a Sui Lala to start J-Off. Start him off. Let's see what they can do here. Going to be starting with a king down at the bottom side into the single target Inferno. Now that king's not going to get locked onto the single for too long here. And he's really looking to try and get himself a wall break to get his queen to step up and take down this Inferno tower. I've actually seen a hit very, very similar to this one that's going in. This is a so old base. This might be a pretty old base. Here we go. We got the Ice Golem with the queen moving in here, and that's going to allow this queen to step up and take down this Inferno tower as well as grab the Town Hall. because he can get through that town hall with the queen ability as long as she steps up and takes it down. Oh my. This is a really, really strong start to a Sui raid, only using an ice golem and a few wall breakers to take down not only an Inferno Tower, but the Town Hall. Here comes a Slammer down at this bottom side, and that's the Slammer's main goal, is to get up here and grab this enemy queen. Now, the queen's going to lock on. He does have a clone spell for the balloons inside of the Slammer that will eventually pop. We're going to see an E-Dragon pop out in just a minute. There we go. He's going to pop the Slammer manually to get things moving. That E-Dragon will step up and take down the Queen while it's under rage, as well as he's hoping that it will peel to the inside and grab a bit more damage on the Scatter Shot. But no, the E-Dragon bounces to the outside. Not super ideal there, but not the end of the world. And here comes the Lalo starting from about the 9 o'clock side, and they're going to slowly wrap around this base in a clockwise motion. Lava Hounds are in front, tanking for most of the defenses. Single target Inferno Tower is going to be able to pick off these Lava Hounds pretty quickly. But he does have the free spells. He has the haste spells necessary to keep things moving. However, he's going to need to invest those free spells in freezing the scatter. He misses the scatter. That could be an issue here. Loses a couple of loons, but they're going to eventually get through that scatter and move in towards the eagle. We've got a Tesla farm at the back end. Royal Champion is behind. She's going to be forced to use her ability, which will take down a couple of defenses in the center, keeping things moving. We've got some cleanup minions and lava pups on the outside here, taking down some of the trash buildings, that being the gold mines and elixir collectors. He's going to be able to get them out of the way, but I'm concerned that these balloons don't have enough firepower to get through the rest of these Teslas here. Defensive Ice Golems going to come out of the CC and stall that Royal Champion. And she might actually go down here due to the Ice Golems. No, I don't believe so. She'll be fine there, but it is going to be a defense for the King Jeffrey side. I don't think he's got enough minions and lava pups to really get through these Teslas. Although it was a defense, he's definitely going to get himself some pretty decent percentage. He is going to soar above the 80% mark. You like the 2-star. I'm not too concerned. Not too concerned for the King Jeffrey guys. They're going to take a sigh of relief here, because that was a really strong start on the Sui, but didn't go well for him. We got King Jeffrey replying straight after. They know that they need to hit to keep the timer going, and here we go. We've got Zed going in for King Jeffrey. Let's see what he can do here. Going to start with the Warden up at the 12 o'clock side. We've got a Yeti smashing. One thing that we commonly see, especially for the first raids going into a lot of these wars, is we see a lot of Yetis and a lot of hybrid going into these bases, because again, if a clan doesn't have a set plans for a lot of the other bases, they'll opt in to take the easiest base, or the base with the easiest approach, and then try and hit it with something that's very straightforward. Yetis being very straightforward as long as you funnel. TGG, okay, 15-2. We might see it. Let's see what happens here. Going to be using that Warden up at 12 to take down a couple of buildings and kind of create a nice funnel here for the rest of the Yetis moving in. He's already created a funnel over here with, I believe, a couple of wizards. Might have been just a Yeti going in. He's going to open up the wall with the super wall breakers. Again, even on death, those super wall breakers will get through the wall. King is locked onto by the single. That means he needs to pop that ability as soon as possible. He hasn't spotted it, and the King's going to get hardly any value with his ability there. Should have popped that ability a lot earlier, and now he needs this Queen to go inside, but she's not going to do it. She's going to walk to the outside. Not only that, she's going to steal the healers. Not what he needed to see at all. He needs those healers in the middle of the base here, healing those Yetis and keeping them moving. Still has not secured the Town Hall at this point, but does have the Royal Champion to try and help out here. That Siege Barracks up at the top side, dropping in a couple of wizards, and eventually we'll see some hogs come out of there. Going to be forced to freeze that scatter shot, and again, this Queen peeling on the outside with all the healers is not helping him out in the middle. All of his Yetis are going to go down, and it's not looking too good for King Jeffrey's first start here. He's saving that Royal Champion for whenever the Town Hall activates to try and make sure that he can secure the 2. It's looking very dangerous at this point, but he needs to get those defenses out of the way for the Royal Champion that will eventually come in from this backside here and deal with the Town Hall. Now, is he going to be able to get to this 50% mark in order to allow the Royal Champion to step up? I believe so. He still has the Queen ability, which he's going to use to take down this Archer Tower here. Going to be using it a bit early. Why is he raging the hogs? I'm not entirely sure. It's not the best result here. However, that Royal Champion should be able to solo this Town Hall on her own, especially with that free spell. He's made a decent recovery here, which is going to keep King Jeffrey in the war with the 2-star. But you got to admit, it is definitely a rough start for King Jeffrey. Not what they wanted to see. However, despite his Queen and all the healers going to the outside, he's still going to get a couple of buildings out of the way and get some okay percentage on this base. It's not going to be great. And I think they know that, and they may adjust a couple of other plans to go through. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, who doesn't love unicorns? Unicorns are great. Yeah. Healers are drunk. Exactly. I would have to agree with Sleepy there. They really all pop to the outside with the Queen there. And again, I think it's just the Warden didn't get that funnel that he wanted. A couple of things went wrong there. The King ability wasn't activated earlier. And things bounce to the outside. So definitely not the best result that they wanted. However, not the end of the world for King Jeffrey here. And now we're going to see J-Off looking to respond with their second hit. Both clans starting with a 2-star. However, J-Off just barely ahead on percentage at the moment. Oh boy, we need to see some crazy attacks from King Jeffrey for the rest of this war. I know that that one did not go the way that they wanted it to at all. Rated R would have gotten more percentage. Possibly so. Possibly so. You never know. Did not mean to show clan chat there. So that's the problem. This thing, I constantly, like, I'm trying to scroll down, but I end up pulling the clan chat out. It happens way too often. See if I can get a sip of our sponsored for CWL Esports Dr. Pepper. I'm just kidding. They don't sponsor us. Don't drink their drink. It's awful. It's terrible for you. Come on, King Jeffrey. Yeah, we got to see some good stuff from him for these next few attacks. But before we see King Jeffrey going, we're going to see J-Off going in for their second swing. Let's see if they're going to be bringing some more Lalo, or will they switch to some hybrid or Yetis? That is left to see. Let me go ahead and see if I can get a record for both of these clans to see where they're technically at on the leaderboards. J-Off looking at about 2-1 at the moment, and King Jeffrey, I believe, are 1-2. No, we're 2-1 because we had a forfeit last time, which was a shame. Honestly, I was very disappointed. Yeah, both clans are 2-1 at the moment, but J-Off have a significantly. Actually, no. In all honesty, the overall damage and record for both of these clans is pretty even. In all honesty, 10-9. Silas is still banking on the 10-9. But yeah, again, it's hard to call it right now. In any of these wars, you cannot call them early. Unless you're getting like 3 triples and someone disconnects, then maybe. But like these wars, you can't call early. Here we go. Stana going in. We're going to see some more queen charge into the Lalo. J-Off feeling like they can do well in the air. And let's see what he can get done here. And bringing the queen charge into the Lalo. No Electro this time, but does have a jump spell. So we might see this queen try and get inside of this base with a jump spell. Going to start with a singular sneaky goblin up at this top side here to clear through one of the elixir collectors. And here comes the blimp straight in towards this single target inferno. And now that blimp is going to have some yetis in it that are simply there to take down that single target inferno tower and get it out of the way for the queen charge. Here comes the baby dragon over at this 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock side. It's going to clear through a couple of buildings and set a nice funnel for the queen. Going to get a corner wall break in to force that queen into the base here to grab 2 air defenses potentially moving through and possibly even a scatter shot. So King is going to distract some of these ice golems for just a brief moment. And actually, that works out really well for him here. Because those ice golems peeled away to the king, that means that queen is going to get into the base with absolutely no issues here. I can't even speak. All right. King is going to eventually die out on the outside due to that single target Inferno Tower, but we're going to see this jump spell go straight over that Expo. Oh no, we're going to see it go over the Inferno Tower here. Going to freeze the Warden and the Inferno as the Queen steps up to take them both down. And eventually he wants this Queen to peel in towards the inside of the base to potentially grab that Queen and scatter. Now, it's definitely a very interesting approach from Stana here, because he's going straight into a single, but the Queen should be able to deal with that single before it takes her down. Oh no, he might lose the Queen here. It's really close, but she stays just barely alive, and she will step up and grab the enemy Queen. This is an OP charge from J-Off here, and Queen's going to actually jump the right wall. She's going to go into the middle of the base and grab the second scatter shot for the Queen. Oh no, these healers are deathly low on health right now, and here comes the Lalo going in straight for this Town Hall. He's going to grab both scatters with the Queen charge. Oh my goodness, you gotta hand it to him. This is probably one of the most powerful Queen charges we've seen in a very long time. Grabbing both the scatters, the CC, and and an Inferno. Some OP stuff here. There we go, Warden flying through, and the sweepers. Warden flying through with the loons, using the Warden ability to keep those alive. And Queen's gonna start banging a wall, not ideal, and she's gonna eventually get taken down with or by that King there. But again, those Lava Hounds are moving through here, crushing through the space. 48 seconds left to go. Could time be an issue? But you got to hand it to him. It's looking really strong from J-Off at the moment. It's looking like this one could 3 potentially. Minions getting stuck in that tornado trap. He needs as many of those minions to stay alive as possible if he's looking to triple this one here. Really, his only enemy at this point is going to be time. Can King Jeffrey pull up a defense here on time, or will J-Off get themselves another or a first triple here? Oh boy. 20 seconds left to go. He's got 4 buildings left. That's going to be a triple. OP stuff from J-Off. Gonna get it done. Stanley gonna get it done with the queen charge into the Lalo. And you gotta admit, that's probably one of the most OP queen charges we've seen in a very long time. Oh my goodness. Let's see what we got going. I'm missing a bunch of chat here. We had I'm not even gonna try and pronounce your name, but thank you for the follow. We had the gist. Thank you so much for the follow as well. What's up, Adam? Good to see you. Adam, another fantastic Clash of Clans streamer. If you're not already following him and sub to him on YouTube, do it. You're missing out. That was insane. It really was. That was a overpowering queen charge, and we all know that he deserved that triple there. That was a very well executed attack there. Let's see what we got going. And the sweepers, yeah, I grabbed both of the sweepers. Santa got 100%. 100%. That was insane. It was. All right, let's see if Mendicus can return some fire here and get King Jeffrey a bit more morale going into the back end of this war. Going to be bringing the Yetis again. See what he can do. His signature attack. Going to start the Warden at about the 12 o'clock side here. And that Warden really not meant to grab any key buildings because of those two storages, but rather the Warden's just kind of there to set the funnel and keep things moving. How is she still alive? I don't even know at this point. In all honesty, I mean, she stayed alive a lot longer than I expected her to. That was an OP charge there. And here we go. Warden's going to take down a couple of buildings up at the 12 o'clock side. Going to kind of really set a funnel here for the Yetis moving in. Now he's waiting for that Warden to try and grab this storage out of the way so that way the Yetis go into the base. If this storage stays alive, it's going to pose a couple of issues for the Yetis. Oh, the Warden... the Warden retargets right before the storage goes down. There we go. The Warden is going to take down the storage, and everything should move in nicely here and go exactly where he wants them to go. Now, they are going to possibly split up here into both of these channels. They will, and he needs the healers to step up here. They're not stepping up. Has to pop the Warden ability, so that way the healers will step up and start healing the Yetis. He's crushing through at this point, but hasn't dropped the second jump spell yet. There it is. Here goes the final two jump spells in to kind of path directly through this base, and it's looking pretty strong in the center at the moment. I couldn't even tell what was in the clan castle. Here comes the World Champion up this top side here. Here's the Yeti Blimp. Gonna go in and take down the Town Hall. Oh my, this is looking pretty strong from King Jeffrey. As a return, can Mendicus get himself a triple for King Jeffrey? World Champion is stepping up. Hasn't popped the ability just yet, but gonna pop it fairly soon as the World Champion is taking a lot of damage here. And now he's starting to lose a bit of momentum as his troops start to path to the outside here and start to split up. Now that Queen has gone to the top side, King's at the bottom with the Warden, and a couple of bowlers have stolen a couple of the healers in the middle here. But you gotta admit, this is looking very strong at this point. A minute and 20 seconds left to go. Still has the Queen ability. This is crushed by Mendicus here. Gonna get a triple for King Jeffrey. Oh my. Despite being tripled in their previous defense, King Jeffrey gonna fire off with a triple of their own. Mendicus getting it done with the Yetis. OP stuff here from King Jeffrey. See, that's what I'm saying. You can't discount King Jeffrey just yet. Despite J-Off being J-Off, you know, King Jeffrey, we've still got some might in us. We've still got some power behind it. So an OP hit there from Mendicus. Really, really nice job. Gonna swag the Queen ability. OP stuff. Wow. That's gonna be a triple for King Jeffrey, and just like that, they're not too far behind at this point. They are a bit behind on percentage. But at the same time, it's still a pretty close war. As is. Wuxia firing out those unicorn emotes. Got all sorts of unicorn emotes. Wow, look at that. Her repertoire of unicorn emotes keeps growing. It's beautiful. I'll flash out some King Jeffrey emotes as well. It's going to be an OP hit from us. And another shout out I'd like to throw out there. So I had an intro commissioned a long time ago. And, or not a long time ago, around a month ago actually. And I decided, you know what? It's time to switch up the follower emote. And so now we've got a little bit of a gif of that animation going through. And so if you drop a follow, you'll see that that orange flash on the screen there. So super happy with that graphic there. Turned out very, very nice. All right, so now we're going to see J-Off returning fire again, and what King Jeffrey needs to see is a low percentage 2-star, or possibly even a 1-star. But I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. You didn't hear it from me. No 1-stars this war, guys. Come on. We want to see nothing but fantastic hits from both sides. No disconnects, no 1-stars. We don't want to see the unfortunate AI stuff go on. None of that. It'd be an absolute shame. But again, Mendicus firing off with the triple. So far who triple? We got Stana and Mendicus with the triples for King Jeffrey and J-Off. Oh boy, 20 minutes left to go. 6 more hits remaining. Which clan will come out on top? It's going to be good. It's going to be close. Here we go. DFG Mars going in. He's bringing the E-Dragons. Let's see what he's going to do here. Got a super wall breaker as well, so we're expecting a Sui to kind of break into the base. And I think he's trying to get that Town Hall out of the way with his Queen. Going to start with the king and a baby dragon up at this top side here, and their main goal is to get rid of those heroes and get rid of the trash buildings on the outside, so that way the queen can break in here and grab this town hall. There's the ice golem. There's the friendly queen. Here comes the super wall breaker to keep things moving. That ice golem is going to die due to the royal champion. And in all honesty, I would argue that the ice golem wasn't really needed there. I guess it was mainly there to try and tank that royal champion, so that way the queen could step up and take down the town hall. And if he plays his cards right here, she could actually step up and grab an air defense as well with the way she's positioned. This is a really, really good Sui. Again, we're seeing some OP Suis from J-Off here. And really showing their superiority in air. Have not seen a ground attack just yet. Queen's going to step up and grab a couple of shots on the enemy queen. Here comes the royal champion to step up and grab another air defense here. And that means that the town hall and 2 air defenses have gone down with just the heroes, a super wall breaker, and an ice golem. So a really, really strong start to this raid here. Popped the world champion ability, got a couple of defenses off, but the world champion will go down to the queen there. And now he's got the E-Dragons coming in from this 6 to 8 o'clock side here. And they're going to go straight into this base here. And you can kind of see the chain value that he can possibly get from these E-Dragons. He's going to bring a dragon and a couple of loons in the CC, I can't speak, and the CC blimp there. And they're going to take down that single target Inferno Tower and allow these dragons to move through. And you got to admit, it's looking pretty strong at this point. Those E-Dragons going to get some really nice chains on a lot of these buildings. Going to freeze that scatter shot. He does have a back-end Tesla farm to deal with. However, these E-Dragons are not getting hit by anything at this point. He needs some traps to step up here. There we go. E-Dragons are moving through. Going to freeze that Inferno Tower. It's looking pretty good. Going to freeze the air defense at the backside. A lot of the E-Dragons have path to the outside here. He needs this inside E-Dragon to step up and get some damage. Takes down the scatter shot, but everything's starting to path to the outside here. Not what the attacker wanted to see. Oh my, it just went from looking really, really good to really close. Can his E-Dragons get some really good chains on these Teslas and on that final air defense and Expo, which are going to be the deciding factor for the rest of this raid? Drops the rage spell, but a little bit early there, so it doesn't clip the first E-Dragon blast there. They're going to be moving through. OP minion at the top side there to do a bit of cleanup for him. Now the E-Dragons are stepping through, but that Dragon's going to keep taking down those Teslas, not allowing the E-Dragons to finally shoot. He's got one full health E-Dragon and another slightly weaker E-Dragon. The Warden might take down the Tesla, preventing the chains. It's really, really close, but I think it's going to be another defense for King Jeffrey. It was looking so beautiful in the middle, but those E-Dragons pathing to the outside, not what DFG Mars wanted to see, and that's going to be a defense for King Jeffrey, albeit really, really close. And at this point, I think King Jeffrey have understood, okay, percentage game is going to be a difficult one to win, and they need to look to try and get some 3 stars under their belt. Again, J-Off looking at about 56% overall destruction to King Jeffrey's 33 at the moment. We're going to see how that compares after King Jeffrey's next hit. Welcome back, Fire. Hope you're doing well. The Sui was huge. It really was. I mean, he got a lot out of that. He got the Town Hall. He got an air defense, or he got 2 air defenses there, and then went straight into the base. Now, I would argue, did that beginning Ice Golem need to be an Ice Golem? I would have argued he might have just been able to use a Giant and get away with throwing in 2 more loons to his main army. But coulda, woulda, shoulda. We won't even talk about it. It is in the past, and that's going to be a 95%. So again, J-Off looking at some pretty high percentage raids in comparison to King Jeffrey's. And here we go. We got Lemon Thief going in here. Let's see what he can get done. Bringing the Yetis again. We got the Yeti Bats, though, this time. We got 3 single target Inferno Towers. So Lemon Thief looking to capitalize on those single target Infernos and possibly step up here and get another 3-star for King Jeffrey. Those E-Dragons were scared of the rage. They really were. You like this attack? Yeah, it's a pretty strong attack, especially when executed correctly. And now this Warden Walk is started at the bottom side, mainly to try and grab this scatter shot. Now he's opted in to not drop all of the healers in on the Warden, which is a really smart move here. He might be saving those for whenever the Yetis get put down, so that way the healers don't have to switch. Or maybe he forgot he's dropped all the healers. Nope. Didn't forget. Now that Warden with that rage spell is going to take down a scatter shot, and those final 2 healers will go in with the Yetis, which means that the Yetis are going to get some initial healing right away rather than the healers having to switch over to the main army. Here comes a wall wrecker here. Not as conventional as something like a wall break, but the wall wrecker will get through a lot of the space here for his Yetis. King is down at the right side over by 3 o'clock to clear those buildings out of the way, forcing the Yetis into the base. We might see an early Warden ability to save the wrecker, but no, we see the free spell go down on the Inferno Tower, and you gotta admit, this entry's looking pretty strong. Everything moving in here. The healers have already stepped up. We're gonna see a rage spell drop fairly soon, and we might even see the Warden to keep this wall wrecker going. It doesn't clip the wall wrecker, though. Can the wall wrecker still get through this wall? It gets frozen by the ice golem, which means that that wall wrecker is not going to get as far as he wanted there. Not ideal. However, that wall breaker did weaken the wall a whole bunch, which means that those Yetis should be able to plow through it with absolutely no issues here. And now it's looking really, really good. Queen's going to step up, and she's going to be able to grab the Town Hall with the Yetis. Is out of rage spells at this point. However, we still have 5 bat spells coming in from this top side with the Royal Champion. Now, all he has to worry about is freezing this top side Wizard Tower to prevent the bats from going down. There we go. Delays the freeze. Freezes both Wizard Towers there. And we might see this Royal Champion ability popped off a little bit early to grab the Wizard Tower. Does the Wizard Tower get a shot off? It does, but it misses. Oh, but the bats go down. I really like the approach, but could he have used that Warn ability earlier and saved that freeze spell for later in the raid for the bats? Lots of Yetis at the top side here. 56 seconds left to go. It's not over just yet. But in all honesty, he's got the DPS to get through this. The real thing that he doesn't have is time. He's got about 45 seconds left to go and over 30% of the base remaining. Not to mention, you've got this single target Inferno Tower, which cannot be reached by any buildings that, or any troops that can shoot over the wall there. Lemon Thief in this war, you know it. You know it. We had our what's it called? We had our other guy, the other count was kind of spun in a King Jeffrey random. Oh my! Can these Yeti Mites step up and grab the Inferno? 22 seconds remaining. If these Yeti Mites can step up and grab the Inferno, we could be looking at a 3-star potentially. Again, 16 seconds to go. I don't think he's going to get this one here, but it's going to be close on time. That is for sure. One of the Yetis going to get sprung off the screen due to a spring trap there. And yeah, he most definitely has the firepower to get through this base. I think if those Yeti Mites keep firing off here and taking down that Inferno, his troops might be able to plow through and grab those final buildings. But it is going to be a 93% late RC. A little bit late on the RC, I would have to agree. Are you going to stream LP412? I think so. When's the LP4 proc one? I have not, like, see, that's one thing. I haven't heard any info about that one. I need to get involved in that one as well if I can. That would be great. Time, yeah. Time is definitely a bit of an ass sometimes. Oh, you mean Pinnacle? Oh. Is Pinnacle Cup actually today? Is LP4 in the Pinnacle Cup? Let me know. If anyone wants me rated, if you got any more info on that, feel free to have someone DM me and I'll look into streaming that one as well. You got to go hope King Jeffrey wins? Yeah, me too. Me too. It's looking really close so far. Again, King Jeffrey a little bit far behind on percentage, so I think they know at this point they're going to need to see some crazy triples or a crazy defense from J-Off. But yeah, rated. If you could DM me some info, that would be fantastic. Yeah, I'll look to stream that one. 100%. I want to cover as much media attention, or I want to give as much media attention to LP4 Proc and King Jeffrey as possible. Esports. Oh, is it the Esports War? I thought it was the Esports War. Yeah, that's what I thought. What is the Pinnacle Cup format? I believe the Pinnacle Cup format is the same format as the CWL Esports. It's a 5v5. Pax War, thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch. Much appreciated. All right, so now we're going to see J-Off responding here with a hit of their own. We've got some hybrid going in, so the first ground attack coming in from J-Off. Let's see if they can get themselves a triple on Mendicus. Mendicus able to pick up a triple earlier in this war, but can he defend one? We shall see. Going to start with the King and the Queen over at this 12 to 3 o'clock side, and they're going to be mainly there to clear a couple of buildings out of the way. That King doing a bit of funneling for the Queen, and this Queen eventually going to step up and charge straight into a single, so not as conventional as normal, but here comes a super wall breaker, going to open up that wall right away. He has 2 of them, which are going to be used to get him into this base. That King is going to take a little bit of damage here, going to need to freeze this single target Inferno Tower to keep that Queen going. Here comes a couple of Coco Loons to step up and grab any Seeking Air Mines. Here's the second super wall breaker, going to step up and open up that wall, allowing the Queen to move through and grab a couple more key buildings and get them out of the way, and possibly even step up and grab the Queen here. But the CC is going to get lured out. It's a double Ice Golem. Which CC? Let's see what he's going to do with this one here. He's going to poison it, which is a really good play there. That's going to grab the Witch and the Ice Golems, and they're going to basically do nothing other than delay this Queen charge, which is really the main goal of Ice Golems in the Clan Castles. Not so much to do damage, but more of to just delay the raid by just a couple of seconds and possibly make a difference near the back end. And the Queen's going to bang a wall. The one time he needs the Queen to bang a wall, she's going to do it, and she's going to step up and grab the multi and the Queen. Again, you got to give it to J-Off here. They've had some really crazy good Queen charges from some of their guys over here. And the Queen's going to bang another wall once she clears through this bomb tower. There we go. The single target Inferno will lock onto her, which means, oh my gosh, it's going to lock off. That is crazy. This Queen is being 200 IQ at this point. Here we go. He's going to freeze that scatter shot to keep everything moving. She should bang a wall and go straight towards this Inferno Tower here. She's going to bang another wall, but it's not the wall he wanted, but not the end of the world. Everything moving through. We had that siege barracks up at 3 o'clock there to kind of clear through a couple of buildings and set a nice funnel for the hogs and miners going through. Early war and ability to keep everything moving and grab every single one of those hogs and miners. Now, this queen is staying alive up at this top side, which is exactly what he wants to see. And now from this position, she cannot get that scatter shot, which is what he wanted her to do. But it's not going to be the end of the world going into the back end here. All right. Is this a live stream or just a replay? This is live, meme. This is a live hit from both sides. We don't do replay streams. We're not ESL Mobile. Come on. We do live hits in this stream. There we go. Queen is going to tank that scatter shot for the Hog Riders, which is exactly what he wants to see. And the healers are tanking for the Queen with the single. Probably some of the most OP luck that I've seen in a very long time. Now, does he have enough to get through the rest of this base here? Couple of Teslas at the back end here. So will those hogs get through? World champion still alive. Couple of miners on the back end. He still has the world champion ability. That's going to be a triple for J-Off, putting a lot more pressure on King Jeffrey here to pull out a triple of their own. That's 2 triples for J-Off here, which means that King Jeffrey going to be a little bit behind. I've just noticed my light has died. You know, I should just cave and buy a cable. I don't know why I haven't yet. I'm going to do it after stream, so that way this thing just doesn't die anymore. Because right now it runs solely on oh wow, my other battery's not even working. There we go. All right, that's going to be a triple. Here we go. King Jeffrey going straight back in. We got Sir Smokeslot, or Toby, I believe. He's going to be going in with his own raid. We've got the Queen charge into the Hog Riders, so no miners on this one. Just going to be looking at some Hog Riders. Going to start with a King and an Ice Golem over by this 3 o'clock side. And their main goal is to set a really nice funnel for the Queen charge that will dive into this base here, which is probably going for the Town Hall. But if he is going for the Town Hall, that means that he's going to have a lot to go through. Starting a Yeti Blimp up at this top side to grab the single, but he might have started... Oh, no, we're not seeing a Yeti Blimp. We're seeing some loons come out. Very interesting stuff. I was going to say, if that's a Yeti Blimp, those healers will switch, and this raid will be pretty much over. But no, option for the loons, which is a really good approach there, which means that this Queen is going to have all those healers focused on her, and they should not switch over. Now, Queen is going to be forced... Oh, no, the Queen's not going to be forced to use the ability here. Drops the poison on the RC, which means that the Queen will just barely be alive, just chilling. Now he's going to eventually drop the rage to deal with these Ice Golems to keep them moving. And I think his main goal here is to get into this base and possibly get either the Town Hall or the Scatters. I'm not entirely sure where this one's going just yet. But the Queen is at the top side here. She's going to deal with those Ice Golems just fine. But then she's going to jump straight into 3 Expo's firepower, which means that he's going to need to make sure that she stays raged. Otherwise, he could be looking at a bit of trouble here. There's the jump spell down. But again, there's the rage spell. Can that Warden reach her? The Warden cannot reach her, which is perfect. He does have to pop the ability, though, because of the Eagle. Now, did he want this Queen to grab the Town Hall? I don't believe he wanted the Queen to get the Town Hall. Maybe he did. He did want the Queen to grab the Town Hall. She's going to do it through that building there. He needs to freeze that scatter. If he doesn't freeze the scatter... Oh, no, option to freeze the Town Hall and the Expos. That's okay. That works, but the Queen will go down early. Not what he wanted to see. He needed that Queen to step up and grab the scatter there. I would have argued that freezing that scatter there might have been a bit better of an idea rather than freezing the Expos. But nonetheless, he's going to be still carrying out the rest of this raid. Got the Hog Riders coming in from this outside here. Going to take down those Teslas, and he's got that RC to deal with the Queen and the enemy King. RC is locked onto by the Eagle, but we're going to see this Warden ability pop off fairly soon to keep her alive. There we go. She's going to pop that ability. Still moving through. It's not looking too bad just yet. But now he's got 2 scatter shots to get through. And these things will absolutely wipe out the Hogs. And that's why he's delayed the Warden ability. He needs it to get through those scatter shots. So really, really nice execution here by Toby. Still moving through. Grabs a couple of giant bombs as well. Some really good value. But again, has ran out of spells at this point. Still has an Inferno Tower to get through. Can this World Champion be OP and step up and grab that Inferno for him? It's really, really close. 27 seconds left to go. Hog Riders are thinning out. It's going to be close, but it's not going to be a triple. It's going to be a defense. I really like the plan, but again, could he have gotten a little bit more value with that Queen if he would have frozen that scatter shot? Because that scatter shot took her down fairly quickly there. That opener took very long. It really did. Sofa is exactly right. Let's see. Oh, no. What's going on in the chat? Let's see. Oh, you know Sir Smokes a lot? Yeah. He used to be in your clan. Is this short? Is it short format? You might be talking about a different war. Starts at 4:30 a.m. You're staying up till 4:30 for the Pinnacle Cup. Rated as OP, not only his graphics but also his sleep schedule. You gotta hand it to him. All right, King Jeffrey just slightly behind here. Sleep and set an alarm. Yeah, I would do that. That's probably smart. I am superhuman. Love it. Gotta love it. Nice jump. Yeah, that jump spell was really, really good. Yeah, Elliot popping out that nice scout. You know, we got all kinds of emotes in here. That's beautiful. Love to see it. We got some... Whose emote is this? Clash I. Not sure whose emote... Clash with the Devil. Or Clashing with the Devil. I don't believe I've heard of that streamer before. It could be just me being a noob, but you never know. What's up, Susie Gaming? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Susie, another fantastic Clash streamer. If you're not already following her, I don't know what you're doing. You're missing out on a lot. You had a 4 hours sleep in the afternoon to stay awake. There you go. You got a good nap. That's good. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right, here we J-Off hitting a was it J-Off's turn? Yeah, it was J-Off's turn. Never mind. My apologies. All right, let's see what we got going. We got Muffin going in with the Sui into the E-Dragons here. 7 Loons, 7 E-Dragons, and he's planning on having them run straight through this base. Now, I'm very interested as to what kind of path he's looking to get with these E-Dragons moving through here. That queen will step up and grab the enemy king and move through here and eventually grab this air defense. Really, really nice Sui at the start of this raid. Again, J-Off has shown some pretty impressive Suis at the beginning of some of these raids here. And when I say Sui, I mean suicide. And by suicide, I mean suicide the heroes into the base to try and grab some value. That's the main purpose of those. But here we go. We're going to see the E-Dragons coming from this top side here. Interesting deployment. Again, I don't use E-Dragons, so I'm not super keen on how the attacks work and how the mind of the attacker is. But slowly getting better. A couple of Loons going to step up and grab some Seeking Air Mines. They grab 2 of them out of the way for the E-Dragons moving into the base. Going to freeze that Eagle and Inferno Tower. And here comes the Blimp straight in for this Town Hall. Now he's going to use that Warden ability as the Blimp is in the range of the Warden, which means that even if any Seeking Air Mines hit that Blimp, it's going to get to the Town Hall no matter what. There's a couple of air bombs and the Sweeper. Not going to do much. Those E-Dragons running through here. He's got the Goblins inside of the CC. He's got the sneaky Goblins. They're going to take down that Town Hall. And here comes a Lava Hound. Going to grab 2 more Seeking Air Mines before going down itself. That was an OP CC right there. That got through a lot. But now his E-Dragons have thinned out and they've gone to the outside and split up here. Oh no, this might not be what he's looking for here. All of the E-Dragons splitting up to the outsides here and spreading out is not what you want to see. You want to see them staying together and going through the base at the same time. It's definitely not a bad hit at all. He's going to end in the high 80s, possibly even high 90s. Let's see. Check him out. Orange, he's covering ESL today. Good commentary. Okay, I might even be following him. Hold on. I might actually be following him. Comrade posting out some of those shite emotes. Let me see. If I'm not, then I'll do that. You know, I'm pretty dialed in with the streamers and the streamer scene, but yeah, there we go. I'll drop him a follow. Not heard of him before. Can you rewatch the hit and tell me if some gobs hit a spring? I swear they did. I think so. If we've got time to rewatch that one, we will. Let's see. We had Hades. Thank you so much for the follow. We had God Mode. Thank you so much for the follow on Twitch as well. It is much appreciated. Yeah, we'll watch this hit back and see if anything pops off. But we've got King Jeffrey going in for their final hit. I don't believe King Jeffrey can win this one now. I think J-Off have won because they have the percentage game. Pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't check the statistics just yet because we're going straight in here with a live hit. Let's see what they can do. Vicious, again, needs to triple if King Jeffrey want to potentially see a win. I think it's over at this point. I think J-Off have secured the win. But if Vicious can step up and grab himself a triple, we could see a King Jeffrey win. All right. King is going to go down, which means that those healers will switch back to the Queen. A bit of a scare there, but he's still going to be moving through. Will the Queen take the jump spell? She should. She's going to take the jump spell and move into the space here. Going to go straight for that Eagle and take down a scatter shot along the way. He's going to need to poison the Queen. Opts in to freeze her first. Interesting stuff. Making sure that his Queen stays alive. He's going to drop another Rage to get through that Royal Champion. Enemy Queen is going to freeze her again. He's making sure that this Queen stays alive. He knows what he wants her to get, and he's going to make sure that he gets that. Here comes the Siege Barracks down from the 6 o'clock side here to start creating a funnel. Queen is locked onto this single target. She's locked into by the single target, which means that the Eagle will switch over to the healers. Not ideal there at all. Now he needs this Queen to step up and move to the top side of this base rather than sticking around near that single there. Healers have gone down. Oh no, this is not the start that he wanted. He needed that Queen to step up and grab the Eagle, but she didn't get it out of the way. And now that Siege Barracks is really going to be the only thing that can keep these troops in the middle of this base. As he moves through, still has the Town Hall and a scatter shot up at the top side alongside the Eagle there. He's used the Warren ability early to get through the core of this base. Does he have enough firepower to get through the Town Hall and the rest of the base? It's looking really good. He hasn't lost a whole lot going into the base, but the scatter shot and the Eagle are going to start raining down fire on his main army, and they're going to start splitting up a bunch here, which is not what he needed to see at all. Oh my. World Champion ability will be popped to get rid of that single target Inferno Tower to keep things moving, but the Scattershot and Eagle have stayed alive at the top side. I don't know if this one's going to go through. I don't think he's got enough. It was a really, really good plan, but again, that Queen walking south was really not what he wanted to see. She got in the range of 3 Expos alongside the single target Inferno Tower. It was a really, really good start and a really nice entry. But I'm like, does he still have a chance? I don't think this one's going to go through. I think the World Champ, with that Eagle and Scattershot being alive at the top side, I don't think this one's going to happen for him. As much as I want to be optimistic, I think this one is going to be a defense. Not bad percentage at that. Not bad percentage at that. Well, like you predicted. Yeah, it's exactly like I predicted. 12-11 to Jayoff. Picking up the win here. Really, really nice try by King Jeffrey. Again, you can't discount King Jeffrey. They've still got some firepower in them. But again, just going to run out of a little bit of luck here. Again, Fish is going to let this raid play out to the very end. Going to grab 92% on this base. Definitely a impressive hit, or an impressive showing from both sides here. But with that, that is going to be the win for Jayoff. 12-11. They even had the percentage game on King Jeffrey. Red John Mendicus out, Origin. He tripled. Mendicus got a triple. I don't know why they'd sub him out. Some OP stuff from both sides here. Again, huge shout out to both clans for letting me stream this war as well. And you got to hand it to both sides. I mean, both sides had some unlucky hits. Both sides, I mean, in all honesty, the first hit for King Jeffrey was a really, really rough at the beginning. That queen bouncing to the outside, having to recover there. But it was a really, really nice effort from both sides. But again, that's going to be the win for Jayoff. We love to see these wars. They kept it exciting throughout the entire war here, which I got to give huge props to both Jayoff and the King Jeffrey guys. Very, very nice try from both. But that's going to do it for me. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these triples here. We'll look at the Stannis triple. We're gonna go ahead and go over some replays, talk about the war a little bit more before we abruptly end the stream. I've kind of like, I'm slowly learning with these formats is that, you know, you don't want to just end abruptly right after the stream. Let's watch a couple of replays. Let's break this down. Look at how much value this queen charge gets. Red John in the chat as well from Croatian Army. OP base builder. Well, we'll pop this on. Red John, I specifically want you to watch this raid. This was probably one of the most OP charges I've seen in a long time. Needed the Archer Queen to get the Eagle. That's exactly what I was saying, Vicious. Man, if she would have bounced to the top side there, she would have ran through the Eagle and possibly even that scatter shot and got near the triple there. I don't believe it would have mattered. I think you guys were behind on percentage anyways, but still would have been really nice to grab that triple. But huge, huge props to both clans out here. Again, he also got himself a double, no, not a double air wall break. But it was an OP charge. We'll pop on this triple, and we'll pop on Mendicus's triple, and then we'll host over to another fantastic Clash stream. We got Barmy streaming. No way. I never see him stream. All right, we might host over to him if he's doing some Clash. That's ideally what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to host over to streamers who are streaming Clash, and possibly some what's it called? Some competitive play as well. Standing Queen charge God. We were behind. Yeah, I think you guys were behind before the hit went in. So I think at that point King Jeffrey knew the result, but they wanted to end strong with possibly a triple. But I did predict it. I did predict the war. It's going to be 12-11 to Jayoff. I love the guys over in King Jeffrey, but I mean, stats don't lie. But again, you got to give huge props to both sides here. And again, I think this just shows like this just goes to show that even though you've got some clans that are like, oh, they're the favorites on the community. I mean, even some of these like, you know, lesser what's the word for it? Lesser credited clans, like, I mean, you know, 75% of the community said Jayoff would win this war. But that 25% of people, I mean, they have a reason to pick who they picked. Because again, you can't discount King Jeffrey here. Still a fantastic clan. Just Jayoff, just that little bit better today, and securing the win for them here. I mean, look at that queen charge. Grab both the sweepers, grab both the scatter shots, and stayed alive the whole raid. I don't know how she did not die. It's just an OP stuff. I mean, she died due to the king there, but Clash was still alive with EYG. Oh, okay, all right. We'll go ahead and host over to him after we watch these two raids. In 5v5, anything can happen. It's the little things that add up. Exactly. Gunner is exactly right. And that's what makes these formats the most intense. And it really goes to show the actual skill of a team. Because in these massive elite wars where you have 25 Town Hall 13s versus 25 Town Hall 13s, it's great and all, but the only thing is that you actually don't get to measure the true skill of the clan from those wars. The real skill set comes from these 5v5 wars, especially the alternating hits format. Because again, only having 20 minutes to plan your first hit is big. That's very difficult, especially when it's a max Town Hall 13 and you've got some of the best base builders in the world. Um, yeah, it's a difficult format. It's the hardest format in the game, but it's definitely where the true pros start to shine. We'll pop on this triple by Mendicus, and then we'll host over to Clash with Style. He's doing some. I believe is he doing his tournament? It's the 1v1 tournament. Perfect example. We played a clan a few weeks ago, and we tied and lost on percentage. They played again and got smoked 14-10. Exactly. It all depends on the day that some clans are happening, for sure. What's up, Gunner? How you doing? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. He's doing marbles, is he? Is he? He's doing nothing but marbles. Yeah, he might be doing. Oh, he streamed some Grumpy Old Man. Okay, okay. We'll host over to him whenever he's not doing marbles. Don't worry. We'll keep this Mendicus triple on for you guys. Mendicus OP picking up a triple with the Yetis. You're doing better. Got MRSA. Was down for a few weeks, but finally headed up. Nice. Or finally healed. Oh, okay. Wait. Hold on. Got MRSA. I don't know what that means. Is that an acronym for something? Was down for a few weeks, but I mean, if you were unwell, MRSA, I still don't know what that means. I'm very uncultured and not as intelligent as it may seem, so you're gonna have to break that down for me. The war is already over. He's just doing marbles. Okay, I see. Got it. All right, let me see if I can. Yeah, he just went offline. Okay, let me see if I can find someone else in the Clash directory that's doing any kind of CWL esports action, things like that. Oh, I see. Okay, got it. All right, well, I mean, it's good to hear that you're doing better. Oh, here we go. Eve Maxi's doing a bit of streaming. How about that? We'll go ahead and host over to Eve Maxi. We'll show him some love. He's, I guess, new to the streaming. He's been around for a long time, don't get me wrong, but new to the streaming. We'll go ahead and raid him. Again, for those of you who don't know who Eve Maxi is, you must be living under a rock. One of the players for Tribe Gaming. He's done some fantastic stuff. All right. There we go. Gunner, thank you so much for the 100 biddies. It's much appreciated. Thank you so much for joining. It is much appreciated. Again, got to give a huge shout out to both of these clans here. Again, they brought the fight. J-Off just barely inching that win ahead of King Jeffrey on both percentage and stars, 12-11, with some fantastic stuff here. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to Eve Maxi here, and we'll go ahead and pop him a raid. But that is going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't already, please be sure to drop that follow for some more streams in the future, as well as you can follow me or drop me a sub on YouTube. Doing a bit of YouTube content within the next coming couple of days. I'm hoping to, at least. We'll see how that goes. As well as you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. We got all those social medias out there. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys later. See ya.